Hi, my name is Polina. This is Paweł. Today we're going to show you a choreography to the cover of Can't Help Falling in Love. We have divided our tutorial into two parts. In the first one, we're going to show you all of the steps from the point of view of the man and of the lady, and in the second part, we're going to dance the entire routine while counting. Make sure to pick one side of your room as the front of the routine. This is going to help you maintain proper directions while dancing. In our case, the front is in front of the camera, right there. This means that we're going to show you most of the routine with our backs to you. This is going to make it easier for you to copy our moves. At the end of the tutorial, we're going to count the entire routine twice. First time facing away from you, second time facing you, so you can see the routine from every angle. Important thing is that our counting will have exactly the same pace and rhythm as the song, so if you will be able to dance with the counting, it's going to match the song perfectly. Remember that at any point you can pause, rewind, and practice a given part of the routine. We actually encourage you to practice in smaller parts, just make sure to combine them all together at the end to practice the entire routine. Okay, I think we can start. We're going to cover the men's perspective first. Start facing the audience more or less in the middle of the dance floor. You should be one step away from each other. Once the music starts, put out your left hand like this with your thumb pointing up. Then take a step forward with either leg to get close to the lady. Right hand goes to the side, then on the lady's shoulder blade. We're creating a small frame. It's not official, but still make sure to keep your elbows slightly away from your body, keep your back straight, and keep your hands energized. Avoid relaxing them completely. Embrace each other. You can bring your foreheads together. Let's now cover the lady's perspective. Once the music starts, take one step forward with either leg and place your right hand in the man's left hand at the same time. Your hand is on top between the fingers and the thumb of the man. Left hand goes on his right shoulder without putting a lot of weight on it. Once you get into this position, make sure to end up with the man standing on the right leg and the lady on the left leg. From that point, we have very simple side steps. We're just shifting our weights from one leg to another. Make sure to keep your knees slightly relaxed to keep this motion fluent. To the man's left, to the man's right, to the left, to the right, and so on, rotating together clockwise during each of the steps. To make it easier to rotate, notice that the lady is on the man's right side. Thanks to this, man's right foot goes between the legs of the lady and the lady's right foot goes between the legs of the man. This makes it very easy to rotate together. We're going to rotate like this up to the point when man is facing the audience again and standing on his right leg. We're going to count that exactly in a while. At that point, stop rotating, and while shifting your weight to the left leg again, raise your left hand and lower the right one. To the left, left hand goes up, and shift your weight to the right, moving slightly away from the partner. Going back to the left leg, left hand goes forward between the two of you, then above the lady's head, leading her counterclockwise rotation. Then continue this rotation, taking a side step to the right, left hand goes between the two of you and above the lady's head. Again, at the same time, put out your right hand and grab the lady's hand on the level of her waist. Connect your feet, lower the left hand. Lady is going to end up with her left side to you. At that point, you should be holding both hands of your partner. Let's show it from the front. We call this a basket position. Lady is wrapped in her hands. Let's now focus on the lady's perspective. After rotating with your partner with the side steps, you will end up with your back to the audience standing on the left leg. Then rotate clockwise below the man's left hand, step with the right leg, left one, and right one away from the man. Connect your feet, and now back to the partner, counterclockwise rotation, step with the left leg, right one, left to the side. With the step, place your left hand in the man's right hand like this. Then continue this rotation, taking a small step with the right leg, keep holding with both hands and rotate more to wrap in the hands, ending up with the left side to the man and connect your feet. Let's also show this part from the front just to be sure that you can see everything clearly.
Dobrze, to
and
jest odejście.
away from each other,
I teraz wracam. Jest.
back to each other,
Obrót,
place your
podaję
hand in the
dłoń
man's hand,
partnerowi,
continue the
obracam
rotation,
się,
wrap
dokręcam
in your
się,
hands.
Jestem bokiem do partnera.
Okay, let's now count from the beginning up to this point. We're going back to our proper direction. Man is facing the audience. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Now, since we have a lot of rotations right away at the beginning of our routine, let's focus on a few pointers for the man about leading the rotations. First of all, notice that the connection is not fixed and your hands should not be stiffened up because it would be impossible to go through with the rotation. So during the rotation, the hands are going to rotate. But the rule is you can't let go, rotate the hand and grab again. We want to maintain the connection all the time so the connection is loose enough for the hands to rotate sliding on their surfaces. Second very important thing is that while leading the lady's rotation, you need to focus on leading it exactly within the axis of her rotation above her head without pulling toward you, because that will pull her out of her balance. Ladies, for you the most important things during the rotations are keep your back straight, engage your core, and keep your steps rather small. Also, to make it possible for the man to lead your rotations, you need to keep your hand slightly stiffened up, not relaxed completely. You should keep your elbow bent at more or less 90 degrees and keep this hand energized. We sometimes say that we want to connect the hand with the body. Thanks to this, man is going to be able to lead and rotate your entire body through your hand. It's going to look like this. Through the hand, man leads your entire body. If you'd keep your hand too relaxed, he will only be able to move your hand, and it will be impossible to help you with the rotation. Okay, so much for the digression. Let's go back to our routine. We're about to get into the dip. Let's start with the man's perspective. Make sure to end the previous part standing on your left leg. Then bend your left knee, reach with the right leg to the side without shifting your weight at that point. Then push off the left leg, shift your weight to the right leg, right knee is bent right away, keep your back straight, direct your hips forward and tilt your upper body to the right side, looking at the lady. Push off the right leg, shift your weight to the left one again, but keep your upper body and head to the lady. There is a little pause here. Now the dip from the lady's perspective, make sure to end the previous part standing on your left leg. Then bend your left knee and reach with the right leg backward, pushing off the left leg. Shift your weight to the right one. Notice that your right knee should be bent right away, left leg is straight and in front of you. Then direct your hips forward and up, tilting your upper body and head backward, looking at the man. Then push off the right leg, getting back to the left one and out of the pose. Let's show this from the opposite side. Bend your knees, shift your weight, tilt, push off the leg and out of the pose. There is one more very important information. Even though your position is very comfortable because you're wrapped in your hands, avoid leaning on the man too much and pulling him with you. Try to stay within your own balance as much as you can. Let's go back to our proper direction and we're going to count the dip. We've ended on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's continue with the man's perspective. During the pause on 7, 8, you're standing on the left leg. Now you're going to rotate the lady to lead her behind your back. Shift your weight to the right leg. At the same time, use your right hand to gently pull the lady to the right and raise your left hand above her head. That's the first rotation. Keep your right hand down. left hand continues leading the second rotation, focus on leading the lady behind your back. Let go with the right hand meanwhile, stay on your right leg but follow the lady with your head and with your gaze, up to the point when she's on your left side. And let's stop here to cover the lady's perspective. Rotate clockwise 1.5 times, almost 2, taking 3 steps. Start with the right leg and right, left, right. At that point, let go with the left hand and simply walk behind the man. Keep those steps as natural as you can. And left, right, left, right, left, getting to the man's left side, slightly in front of him. We can continue. We're going to start with the man's perspective. Your job now is to lead the lady into the rotation in front of you. Shift your weight to the left leg. Your left hand goes down and between the two of you. Then shifting your weight to the right leg, use your right hand to grab the lady's hand on her side like this. Shift your weights together at the same time. Let's now focus on the lady's perspective during this final rotation. Rotate clockwise. First step is with the right leg. Aim to end up close to the man's left leg. Right one, left one, feet together. End up with your back to the partner. Keep your left hand low, then lead it to your right side below the right hand. Then with the side step to the right, place this left hand in the man's right hand like this. And just to be sure, let's show this from the front as well. So this final rotation, right, left, you're with your back to the man, place the left hand in his hand and the side step together to the right. In practice, it's going to be very rhythmical and continuous. Okay, let's go back to our proper direction. We're going to count the part after the dip. And 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. From that point, we're staying in this position and simply shifting our weights from one leg to another. To the left, to the right, to the left again, this time rotating our body slightly more counterclockwise. Notice that the man should not squeeze the lady. Keep your elbows to the sides, leaving her enough space to move and to stay in her own balance. From that point, shifting your weight to the right side again, keeping your elbows far away to the sides, raise both your hands above the lady's head. Let go, lead the hands to the sides, connect your feet, and with a broad motion, embrace the lady, placing your hands on her back. Now the lady's perspective, simply follow the man, shifting your weight from side to side, to the left, to the right, to the left, and now moving to the right, rotate clockwise to face the man. At the same time, raise both your hands above your head, step with the right leg, continue, tiny step with the left leg, connect your feet, face the man, and place your hands behind his neck. At that point, we will have another small pause, but before moving on, let's count this last part. We've ended previously on 3, 4, and now 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As you can see, there is a lot of time, so don't rush and keep your moves fluent to feel the music. Remember that you can pause, rewind and practice, and once you're ready, we can move on. Let's continue with the man's perspective. As you embrace the lady, shift your weight to the right leg, because with the side step to the left, we're going to lead the lady into the dip on the left side this time. So bend your right knee, shift your weight to the left leg, left knee is bent, rotate your entire body counterclockwise toward the lady, direct your hips forward to the partner, keep your back straight and straighten your elbows to lead the lady into the pose. Then pull her out of the pose, straightening your knee at the same time. Stay on the left leg. Now the lady's perspective. You've placed your hands on the man's shoulders, Now take a side step to the right and rotate to end up with your right side to the man, right knee bend, left leg straight, tilt backward, getting into the pose. All of the rules for the dip are the same as before. Avoid pulling the man with you, stay in your own balance. Just to be sure that everything is clear, let's show this from the front as well. Notice that you will start this pose facing each other and you need to rotate together with the first step. So step and rotate, pelvises stay together. This is the base of the pose, only the upper bodies move away from each other. Men should help the lady to get out of the pose by pulling her. Ladies, if you want to make this pose even bigger, you can simply bend your knee more and move further away from the partner, sliding your hands onto his chest or onto his arms. Let's go back to our proper direction. We can count the dip. We've ended the previous part embracing each other, ending on the count of 7, 8. This dip is rather slow because we will have 8 beats. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Getting out of the pose, rotate slightly so that the man will end up facing the audience, ladies facing the man. And we can continue. Let's start with the man's perspective. We're going to focus on the steps first. To the right, to the left, to the right, connect your feet, to the right, tap with the left leg. Left, tap, right, tap, left, together, left, tap. When I say tap, don't shift your weight to this leg, just touch the dance floor with it. And let's now focus on the hands. Side step to the right, keep your hands on the lady's back. With the side step to the left, put out your left hand like you're creating the frame. Now with the side step to the right, lead the lady's counterclockwise rotation. Your left hand goes between the two of you and above the lady's head. Connect your feet, finishing the rotation, hand is back to the frame. And to the right, right hand goes on the lady's shoulder blade. To the left, stay in the frame. Now, reverse this direction, leading the lady's clockwise rotation. Left hand goes away from you to the left and above the lady's head. As you connect your feet, finish the rotation and take a side step to the left. Place your right hand back on the lady's shoulder blade. Now the lady's perspective, we're going to turn around to make it easier for you to copy the moves. You're going to mirror the steps of the man, but instead of connecting your feet, you're going to rotate. Let's go over this. To the left, to the right, place your right hand in the man's hand, and now rotate counterclockwise. Left leg, right one tiny step staying in one place, and a side step to the left, back in the frame. And reverse this sequence to the right, to the left, rotate clockwise this time, and right leg, left one staying in one place, continuing the rotation, and a side step to the right, back to the frame. Let's go back to our proper direction, and we're going to count. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you're ready, we can move on. We're going to continue with the side step to the man's right, ladies left. The only difference is that this step is slightly bigger and it's going to last longer. It will take us 4 beats of the music. From that point, shift your weight to the man's left, end up close to each other. We're reaching the point when man kisses the lady's hand. Take a step backward with the right leg, take your right hand off the lady's shoulder blade, and use your left hand to place the lady's hand in your right hand. Then left hand goes behind your back, and with your feet together, bow forward, kissing the lady's hand. As you straighten up, lead the right hand to the left side slightly as a preparation for the next part. Now the lady's perspective. Follow your partner during the longer side step to the left, back to the right side. As the man moves backward, take a tiny step back with the left leg, connect your feet and leave your right hand in front of you. As he kisses your hand, you can curtsy at the same time, lowering your head and bending your knees slightly.
Tak naprawdę to już do waszej wyobraźni tutaj zostawiamy co dalej.
Let's get back to the men's perspective and we're going to continue. We've ended the previous part leading the right hand to the left side because we're about to move forward with the right leg aiming to the left to walk around the lady. With the first step, right hand goes to the right side, lets go of the partner's hand and lands on her waist. Left hand grabs the lady's left hand from below like this. Walk around each other with natural everyday steps up to the point when you're facing the audience again. Make sure to end up standing on the left leg. Now the lady's perspective. You're going to rotate counterclockwise to get to the men's right side. Take a step with the left leg, right one, and from that point you don't even need to count the steps, just shift your weight from one leg to another, rotating up to the point when you're facing the audience. Let's now count this entire part, starting from the longer side step. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You should both end this part standing on the left leg. As you can see, the lady is on the man's right side, slightly in front of him. And we can move on to the next part. Take a step behind the lady with the right leg. At the same time, left hand draws a semicircle above her head. Rotate your entire body clockwise, let go with the left hand and take it out of the way. Then grab the lady's right hand with your right hand, shift your weight to the left and draw a semicircle with the right hand. Let go of the lady's right hand, grab her left hand like this, and shift your weight to the right, drawing a semicircle again, end up close to each other, then bend your knees and go into the opening symmetrically, shifting the body weights away from each other. And now the lady's perspective. Start with the side step to the right, and with this step your left hand goes up and in front of your face. Let go with the left hand and give your right hand to the partner. It needs to be ready right away. Shift your weight to the left side, your right hand goes up and in front of you. Let go with the right hand, give your left hand to the man. Move to the right and rotate, right leg, left one, end up close to each other, bend your knees slightly and take a side step away from each other. Again, make sure to keep your legs and knees active during this part as you shift your weight from one leg to another and make this motion as fluent as possible. Let's count this part. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can pause and practice once you're ready. We're moving on. Let's start with the men's perspective. We're leading the lady into the rotation and dip again. Your job is to lead the lady in front of you. Imagine that she needs to rotate in front of you. Shift your weight to the right leg. Right hand pulls the lady, then move your elbow backward to initiate the lady's spin. Right away, hands go to the sides, then onto the lady's back. You should create the connection at this time and shift your weights together, getting into the dip in the same way as we did before. All of the rules for the dip are the same, just the way we're entering it is slightly different. Now the lady's perspective, you need to rotate counterclockwise in front of the man. Start with the left leg and the left, right, left, right. End up facing the man, place your hands on his shoulders, then keep moving your body weight to the right leg, rotating your body to get into the pose and out of it. Most important thing during this part is to synchronize your timing. Notice also that the man's right foot goes between the legs of the lady and the lady's right foot is between the legs of the man. Create the connection keeping your weights to the man's right side, and as you take the last step, rotate together to get into the dip in the same way as we did before. Let's count, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to repeat a part you already know with the side steps, so let's count right away. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up to this point, everything was a repetition, and now we have a slightly different pose that we call dirty dancing, and it's a kind of a dip. Let's start with the men's perspective. Keep most of your weight on your right leg, then rotate your body counterclockwise, bending both your knees, like this. Straighten your right elbow, leading the lady away from you, and rotate clockwise, twisting your feet on the dance floor to draw a semicircle with the head of your partner. Then pull her toward you. Going over this continuously, first rotate, lead the lady away from you, draw a semicircle, and pull her back to you. Now the lady's perspective, start with your weight on the left leg. You're on the man's right side, your right leg is between the legs of the man. Then rotate, bending both your knees and shift your weight between your legs. Make sure to keep your pelvis and hips forward to the man. This is the base of your pose again. Tilt your head and upper body backward, but without pulling the man with you. Again, if you want to make this pose deeper, bend your knees more and slide your left hand down the man's arm to move further away from him. Then rotate and get back to the vertical position, straightening your knees. Let's show this from the opposite side. Let's start from the long side step to the lady's left. Now rotate, tilt backward, rotate, and back to each other. End up standing on the left leg. Back to our proper direction. And we can count from the long side step. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the next part is again a repetition of something you already know, side steps from the beginning of our routine. Let's count right away. And 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And next part you also already know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ladies rotation, it's still the same as before. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to this point, everything was the same. Now the difference is that we will dance fewer side steps at the end, because with the next one, we're raising our hands up, ladies rotating to face the man, connect your feet, and embrace each other. This is the final pause of our routine. At the end, the music is going to slow down and fade out, so take your time during the last part to embrace each other as the last sounds of the music are fading out. This way we have reached the end of the first part of our tutorial. Now we're going to dance the entire routine with the counting twice, first time facing away from you, second time facing you. Remember that our counting has the same pace and rhythm as the song. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This way we have reached the end of our tutorial. Remember to practice the routine in smaller parts, but also to combine them all together at the end to practice the entire routine with the song. We also encourage you to rehearse the routine at the venue where your first dance is going to take place. This will make you more familiar with the size of the dance floor and the directions of your dance. Also, it is a good idea to practice with the lady wearing high heels of a similar height that those for the wedding dance. This will make a difference not only for the lady but for the man as well, so it's good to experience that beforehand. Remember that practice makes perfect, so do not get disencouraged, be patient. We are crossing our fingers for your wedding dance and we wish you all the best.